on the seatbelt light. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
Once you've got a style sheet, you need to make it available for use in your content files. By content files, we mean your topics, snippets, and even master pages. You can set your style sheet at different levels, at the content file level, at the target level, and at the project level. A style sheet that's set up for a specific content file, such as a topic, can be considered a local style sheet. If a style sheet is set at the target or project level, it can be considered a master style sheet. That's because it will automatically be used for all content files in that target or the entire project. If all this talk of multiple style sheets already has your head spinning and you just want to do the easiest thing, we recommend that you create a single style sheet and set it at the project level. To do this, open the Project ribbon and select Project Properties. On the Defaults tab, click in the Master Style Sheet field and choose the style sheet that you want to use. If you're fine with using a single style sheet at the project level, you can skip to the next video in this series right now. But if you want to know more about using multiple style sheets in a project and setting them at various levels, keep watching. Under the field where you choose a project-level master style sheet, notice that there's a checkbox called Allow Local Style Sheets. You would select this checkbox if you have another style sheet that you want to use locally for some content files. This checkbox will allow you to use that local style sheet as well as your master style sheet. If you want a style sheet to be used for a particular target, open the Project Organizer and double-click that target. In the Target Editor, select the General tab. Click in the Master Style Sheet field and choose the style sheet you want to use. Again, you can use the Allow Local Style Sheets checkbox if you also want some individual content files to use a local style sheet. If you want to use a style sheet locally for a particular content file, there are a few ways to do it. For topics, the best option is to open the Content Explorer, right-click on the topic, and select Properties. This opens the Properties dialog. If you want to associate the same style sheet locally with many topics, you can open the File List window pane instead. Hold down your Shift or Control key and select the topics. Then in the Local toolbar, click the Properties button. Once you have the Properties dialog open, select the Topic Properties tab. To the right of the Style Sheet field, click Select. In the dialog that opens, double-click the style sheet on the left that you want to use. It will be moved to the right side of the dialog. Then click OK. Just as the Project Properties dialog and the Target Editor have the Allow Local Style Sheets checkbox, the Properties dialog for topics also has an extra option. This option will disable any project or target master style sheets for the topic in question, but it won't disable those master style sheets entirely for other content files. In addition to topics, you might have snippets. These function a bit differently because snippets are inserted into topics, so in the output they automatically take on the same look of the topic that they're part of. If you aren't using a master style sheet and you open a snippet that's part of a topic that has a local style sheet, the snippet might look kind of plain and ugly. That's because it doesn't yet have a style sheet associated with it. If you want to edit the snippet and apply some styles in it, you can select the Home ribbon and click Style Sheet Links. In the dialog, double-click the style sheet on the left side and it will move to the right side. Then click OK. Now your snippet should look a little different because it's using the styles from that local style sheet. However, if you have a master style sheet set, you won't have to apply a style sheet separately to your snippets when editing them. The same goes for topics and master pages. You can set style sheets locally on master pages as well. You can right-click on the master page file in the Content Explorer and select Properties. Select the Style Sheet Links tab. If you don't see this tab, chances are that you have a master style sheet set at the target or project level, and the Allow Local Style Sheets checkbox is not enabled, so you'll need to go enable it. Once you're on the Style Sheet Links tab, double-click the style sheet on the left that you want to use, and it will move to the right. Then click OK. So now you know how to associate style sheets at different levels. But now we need to talk a little bit about what happens when you've got multiple style sheets set in your project. Can you use styles from multiple style sheets in the same topic? The answer is yes. And what happens if one style sheet is telling Flair one thing, but another style sheet is telling it something different? Well, it's all about precedence. Here's a general rule that applies not only here, but in other places in Flair. The closer something is to the source, the higher its rank will be. An example of something that is close is if you were to change something directly in a topic. An example of something farther away is a factory style sheet located in the folder where you installed Flair. A factory style sheet might tell Flair that the font for a certain type of content should be 12 points. But in the topic, you decide to change this, telling Flair that it should be 18 points. Well, the topic is much closer to the action than the factory style sheet, which is far, far away. So what you tell Flare to do in the topic wins, and the font will be 18 points. And that's the way it is when you set style sheets at different levels in Flare. If you're editing a topic in the XML editor, here are the rankings. A local style sheet associated with a topic has first priority. A master style sheet associated with your primary target is second. And a master style sheet set at the project level is third. But keep in mind that Flare will only use styles from one master style sheet. If you have a master style sheet set at both the target and the project level, it's only going to use the styles from the target style sheet. So that's what happens when you're looking at content in the XML editor. The rules are similar, but slightly different when it comes to output. Here are the rankings. Once again, a local style sheet associated with a topic is first. A local style sheet associated with a master page is second. The reason we didn't mention master pages in the other set of rankings is that master page content shows up only when you generate output. You don't see it when you're editing a topic in the XML editor. After these local style sheets, any master style sheet set on any target, not just the primary target, is third. And a master style sheet set on the project level is fourth. For more information and an example, see this topic in the online help.